Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Fleming Island High School. Tonight, it is Fleming Island hosting Clay in a battle of two Clay County schools. Joining me on the broadcast once again is Brian Paul, VP, and the Clay County Athletic Director, John Sgromolo. Boys, this one, I don't think there's anything else you can say except it's going to be a good one.
Clay County clash doesn't get any better than this. It is a gorgeous spring night for baseball. Very few clouds in the sky. The temperature is great. There's a bit of a breeze coming towards us from center field. That might hold up a couple of balls going out of the park tonight. But, John, we've seen this Clay team before together, and they've got a lot of familiar names, familiar faces, and they can smack the baseball when they need to.
No doubt, no doubt. You know, we talk about awesome rivalries here in Clay County, the best county in the state of Florida, and tonight is no different. The Clay Fleming baseball rivalry goes back all the way to 2005 when Fleming Island opened, right around that 04-05 years. And it's one of the rivalries that's never died. You know, these kids, they grow up together, they play youth baseball together. The coaches are good friends, you know, longtime veterans in the baseball community with Gil Morales and Josh Persinger. And we're going to see a great one tonight.
Also, we're celebrating the life and legacy of Coach Tutt here at Fleming Island, longtime assistant coach, the jack of all trades here. He did a little of everything, did the paperwork that nobody really wanted to do. He was very keen on the concession stands, and tonight they're going to be presenting a plaque that will be placed on the side of the concession stand in his honor and memory. Coach Tutt was taken from us too soon due to kidney cancer, and we celebrate his life and legacy here at Fleming Island High School. So all the players will have some orange ribbons on their caps today, and several of the fans out dressed in orange today to celebrate. I almost called him King Tut for a minute, but
he was a king around here.
Could be a king around here, that's for sure. So
let's check the lineups here first for Clay. They'll bat first. The leadoff batter will be the right fielder Cole Carnell. Batting second, it's the second baseman Josh Rao. Batting third, it is the DH Merrick Raposa. He's batting for the pitcher tonight, Elijah Roberts. In the cleanup spot, it's the third baseman Parker Lawrence. Batting fifth and playing shortstop, it's Easton McMahon. Batting sixth, it's the catcher Chase Haggard. Batting seventh, the first baseman Nick Rank. Batting eighth, it's the center fielder Sean Alvers. And batting ninth, it's the left fielder Aiden Hampton. For Fleming Island, defensively, it will be Josh Murray in left, Abram Summers in center. Shea Thistleton will be the right fielder tonight. Around the horn, it's Ben Abram at third, Gavin Billingsley, he's a good one at short. It's Tanner Upton, the second baseman, Anders Chadwell, the first baseman, and Jackson Mercer is behind the plate for Fleming Island tonight. And it is going to be Caden Robinson on the mound, the right-hander for Fleming Island. You know, you handed me that piece of paper. I have no idea where it went to.
It probably fell underneath tonight. Well, we are going to be treated tonight by a performance of the national anthem by Lindsey Gillis, who will be singing tonight. And we do have our umpires listed here. A little note kind of disappearing on it, but we'll get to that in a second.
I will tell you guys, tonight's going to be exciting from a pitching standpoint. These are two aces on the mound. You know, Eli Roberts, left-handed pitcher for the Blue Devils, a Flagler College commit, and then Cade Robinson, correct? Cade Robinson, you know, has been the ace this year for the Golden Eagles. So it could be one of those quick games. The biggest thing in these rivalry games is getting the nerves under control and getting to the later innings of the game and keeping it close. So should be a good one.
Last time we saw Clay was at 121 Financial Ballpark, and they got into a bit of a battle with Oakleaf, but they quickly started manufacturing offense. They got really aggressive on the base paths and started trying to play a little small ball here and there and broke it open late. So this is, can you check this? Or stay, you know, if they have to come from behind, they know how to get the engine moving, get bases, you know, on there. I'm sorry, I'm getting bumped around here. But no, manufacture that offense, play small ball if they need to. They ran the hit and run pretty well too, which is interesting. So we'll see what they can come up with. I've got my eyes on Mickey Raposa, who probably has more airtime on Florida sports broadcasting as an athlete than anybody in Clay County playing football, basketball,
well, and talked about as well quite a bit.
Yeah, he's been mentioned quite frequently here on the broadcast. So but we're looking forward to it. We were expecting to see these guys in downtown Jacksonville, but that game got pushed back due to some inclement weather and field conditions. But it's nice to have this game here in Fleming Island. Not too far, stone's throw from the Rock here, where we'll be spending a lot of our time this fall.
Absolutely jammed crowd back here. We're 5 or 6 deep behind the fence, and we got parents all the way up against the fence on their lawn chairs, and a lot of the dads pacing behind us, as always, with the big games. It's going to be a lot of fun. You know, it's really interesting tonight with the field here at Fleming Island. It is a huge ballpark. A couple of years ago, they actually moved the fence in just a little bit. But it's still a ballpark that you're not going to hit the ball out of the ballpark here very often. So I'd be really interested to see if we're going to see some small ball here tonight.
These two teams both come in with 11-3 records identically. And as BP mentioned, a few weeks ago we had the Oakleaf Clay game at Jumbo Shrimp Stadium, and that was a good one. Oakleaf was up in that one early, and it looked like they were going to win it, but Clay somehow found a way to come back and get it done.
Well, this team does have a lot of guts, and Fleming Island's going to have a pretty monumental task tonight against their crosstown rivals. These are two teams that know each other pretty well, and they've grown up playing ball together, so this is going to be friendly but heated for sure. And by evidenced by the crowd behind us, which is making quite a bit of noise, this is the marquee game this week.
I tell you what, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. We will have more coming your way on Florida Sports Broadcasting after this quick timeout. Don't go anywhere. Back at Fleming Island High School, along with John Sgromolo, BP, I'm Ray Canevari. Happy you're with us tonight on an absolutely gorgeous day in northeast Florida. Temperatures were a little bit warm, but now that the sun is going down, it is going to be a beautiful night for baseball. And I don't know if you can really give the edge to either of these teams, boys.
No, I think this is going to be very exciting. It's going to be close for a little bit, and as the innings progress on here, we're going to see how much grit these guys have and how much of the small ball comes into play, like we've been talking about. Like, Clay's not been afraid to do it, and I imagine Fleming Island is definitely going to be trying to do their best to manufacture some offense. We're going to have the national anthem, and Miss Lindsay Gillis is going to perform for us.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Great job, Lindsay, singing the national anthem. Miss Lindsay Gillis tonight, providing our tribute to our great country here. The American pastime is in full swing. John, opening day started this week for Major League Baseball.
That's right. Dodgers started out on top, defeating the what are they now? The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Yes, that's a mouthful to say. It's like saying the Cleveland Guardians. How weird that is. What do you think about some of the rule changes in Major League Baseball and how it might impact high school ball down the road?
Yeah, I think it's good. I don't really think that the rule changes were made necessarily for. Let's break for this ceremony here with Coach Tuttle.
Mainstay for the Golden Eagles baseball program. Coach Tuttle worked tirelessly to ensure the players had everything they needed to be successful. Fundraising and spending many hours maintaining the field are just two of the things Coach Tuttle contributed to the program. Coach Tuttle's most important contribution was pouring into each student athlete by being the ultimate encourager. Coach Tuttle saw the best in and rooted for every player he coached. The Golden Eagles baseball family will be forever grateful to Coach Tuttle. As a memento of tonight's game, head coach Gil Morales and Booster Club president Amanda Upton would like to present the family with a retired jersey to express our sincere appreciation. And throwing out the first pitch tonight is Bryson Tuttle. Receiving the first pitch is Fleming Island starting catcher, senior Jackson Mercer.
Right down the middle.
Good.
Before we talk about Major League Baseball, Coach Tuttle was a great friend of mine, and when I got into high school coaching, he was.
Family members
one second.
If we could just take a moment of silence.
Oh, let's wait after
to
this.
remember Coach Tuttle and what a special person he was, not only to the baseball program here at Fleming Island, but to the kids and students that he touched. Thank you, Coach Tuttle. You'll be missed, but always remembered.
Appreciate you bearing with us as we enjoy the festivities here. We're not aware of the actual order of events, but nonetheless, today celebrating Coach Tuttle's life and legacy here at Fleming Island High School.
Yeah, let me just say, BP, that Coach Tuttle was when I got into high school coaching. His both of his sons, Austin and Bryson, both were Fleming Island baseball players, and they're from the Fleming Island community. They grew up here, and I knew who he was, but when I became the head baseball coach at Ridgeview, I got to know him a little bit better through playing Fleming Island and those types of things. And I'll just honestly say from the bottom of my heart, I've never met someone that is just such a positive, great person. I mean, ultimately, he always had a smile on his face, good, bad, or indifferent. And the greatest thing was whenever you would play against him, it was like, going into war against your best friend, and he just was super, super positive and never ended the game with anything less than a hug. Just a great human being and just positively impacted every single student athlete that he was around. So it's so exciting to see them continuing his legacy here at Fleming, and those kids have a lot to play for tonight.
Absolutely. And, athletics across the board are family, no matter whether you're on opposing teams or opposing coaches. It's all about family at the end of the day. Because, at the end of it all, we are people at the end. We're all humans, and we're all circling around this sun together, so we might as well be respectful and kind to each other, even though we're competing against each other on a daily or weekly basis.
No doubt. So talking about the Major League rules that you brought up, here's the deal. I think that the reason that all those are being put in play is not necessarily to do with the actual game as much as it is for the fans. Society is, I say it all the time, people have the attention span of a gnat.
That's right.
And they would much rather watch something that's action-packed and quick. And I just think that as time has gone on, unless you're a true diehard baseball fan, you're not willing to sit in front of the TV for 3.5 hours. So I think the players will adjust, and ultimately it's going to improve the viewing experience.
All right, well, let's
Here we
get
go.
to baseball.
So here's Cole Carnell to lead things off, the right fielder. Carnell batting .455 this year in 45 plate appearances. He has 12 runs, 15 hits, and 10 RBIs. The left-handed hitter facing Caden Robinson, the right-handed pitcher. Happier with us tonight on Florida Sports Broadcasting. First pitch from Robinson is delayed a bit. Now he'll kick and deliver the first pitch, and it's outside for a ball.
Robinson has a little bit of velocity, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can get in on these Clay hitters. You know, Carnell earlier in the week, believe it or not, actually got hit in the face really bad. He hit a ground ball to the shortstop, and there's a pitch from Robinson, low and in for ball number 2. Hit a ground ball to the shortstop, and on his way to first base, the shortstop's throw went up the line and actually hit Cole right in the face. And he did have to go to the hospital, but everything checked out, and just a really bad bruise.
2-0 pitch on the way is low and inside, ball 3. No, they call that on the inside corner of the plate for a strike. It's 2-1. Don't have any numbers on Robinson so far pitching. But the righty has looked somewhat effective here, and the 2-1 pitch is going to be hit to Billingsley at short. He'll pick it up, throw over to first, and Chadwell had to reach up high, but he was able to glove it and record the out.
It's a little high on the throw there from short, but otherwise a very clean play. We got 1 out to start the game. Nicely done to get things going.
Mark it 6-3 in your book, and with 1 gone, that'll bring up the second baseman, Josh Rowe.
Rao is committed to the Florida State College of Jacksonville. Big kid, big tall kid up there, number 4 for the Blue Devils.
Rowe waiting for the first pitch, as Billingsley will check the sign, or I should say Robinson will check the sign, and he swung on and missed.
Little slider, first pitch slider there from Robinson. I can tell you right now, Robinson looks like he's ready to attack the strike zone, which is what you're going to have to do to get people out.
Rowe batting .297 this year, and the off-speed pitch hit the inside corner for a strike.
Painted that one pretty well too, back-to-backs in a groove right now.
See if he goes 3 straight sliders right here.
Robinson will study the sign, the 0-2 pitch on the way, and swung on and missed, strike 3.
Got him looking with the high fastball, baited him to swing, and that was it.
Here comes the DH, Merrick Raposa. He's batting for the pitcher, Elijah Roberts. So Raposa hoping to get something going, .265 this year with 6 RBIs. The sophomore is a lefty, obviously, and he'll wait his first pitch from Robinson with 2 gone in the top of the first inning. That one sliced foul, and Robinson immediately jumps ahead in the count at 0-1, or 0-1, yeah.
Robinson with 2 straight great at-bats right now. He's changed directions a couple of times. Let's see if he can keep that movement and keep the batter's eyes moving as well.
0-1 pitch, sliced away again, almost in the exact spot, and Robinson ahead in the count again at 0-2.
Raposa's got really quick hands. He's not afraid to fight and stay in at bat, even in an 0-2 hole. Expect him to be aggressive. Very quick hands from this multi-talented athlete.
Time is called, as the outfield is deep for Raposa and straight away.
I would think at this time of the year, Raposa's probably coming to his own. You know, when you play multiple sports, getting at bats is important. Another foul ball.
Stays 0-2. Raposa, I mentioned, with 6 RBIs, just 9 hits on the season and 34 at-bats. He's played in all 14 games this season. Robinson will take a long look at the sign from Jackson Mercer, and now time called again.
Didn't like the signal that he got, so he's going to go back to the dugout and get a call.
One of the things you would not think that Fleming's going to do right here is speed up his bat. He's been late on 3 fastballs. Let's see if they go to the off-speed stuff.
Robinson set. He'll kick, and the 0-2 pitch is going to be low and away, ball 1.
And he tried it. Try to see if he can get him outside of his zone just a hair, see if we can catch him golf swinging on that one. Didn't bite.
1-2 pitch on the way, and it's fouled, or it's hit down the third baseline. It could be foul. Making a long run is Josh Murray.
Nice
and
catch.
made the catch. Murray in foul territory, lots of foul territory at Fleming Island, and he made a great attempt and run over there and was able to snare it out of the air and record the third out. So Clay goes 1-2-3 in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We played a half at Fleming Island. It is Clay nothing, Fleming coming back with more baseball on FSB after this quick timeout. back at Fleming Island High School, along with John Sgromolo, VP. I'm Ray Canevari. Tony Salazar on the camera tonight. Janet Morales running the scoreboard. Happy you're with us. Pretty good inning by Caden Robinson. Very much in control, I thought. How about you guys?
Absolutely. Definitely had a very solid outing. That's what you want to do to start the game. Going to show your stuff, but not too much. And we'll pose up with the fly out there, and that's exactly what you want to do against a pretty potent hitter like that. Make him swing and stay off his game a little bit. So now we're going to see Clay coming up on defense first.
John, your impressions of Robinson in that first half inning?
Yeah, I loved his approach. You know, he went right after hitters and got ahead early, and you could see it on his face. He's trying to work fast. So I really think tonight's going to be a pitcher's duel. Unless something crazy happens, this could be a quick one, and it's going to be who's going to score first and hold that lead. Let's
see how Fleming will bat. The leadoff hitter is Josh Murray, who just made that great play defensively. He's a left fielder. Batting second, it's the third baseman, Ben Abram. The number 3 hitter is Abram Summers, the center fielder. The cleanup hitter is the catcher, Jackson Mercer. The first baseman, Anders Chadwell, will bat fifth. Batting sixth, it's Tanner Upton, the second baseman. Batting seventh is Chris Reale, who's hitting for the pitcher, Caden Robinson. Then the right fielder, Shea Thistleton, will bat eighth. It's Gavin Billingsley, the shortstop, batting ninth. Here's the first pitch to Murray, and he swung, and he got a piece of it for a strike.
Right down the pipe, too.
I think Haggard wore that one off the right kneecap.
Almost came at him like a lemon.
Yeah, Murray's older brother is also a Fleming Island Baseball Golden Eagle alumni. So the Murray family very well known here in the Fleming Island baseball community.
It's Elijah Roberts on the mound for the Blue Devils. He's 1-0 this year. And that pitch, a beauty on the inside corner for a strike. Defensively for Clay, they'll go with Aiden Hampton in left, Sean Albers in center, Cole Carnell in right. As Murray awaits the next pitch, and that one is going to miss away for a ball. I was close.
Ooh, that was paint right there. That's you know, he's going to want that the rest of the night. If you can't get out there, that's going to be tough. A good pitch.
1-2 strikes. The lefty will kick and deliver, and it's popped up in the air and could be playable for Carnell in right. He's under it. He will make the catch, and there's one gone. Across the infield, it's Parker Lawrence at third, Easton McMahon, the shortstop. Josh Rao is the second baseman. Nick Rank is the first baseman. Chase Haggard behind the plate, and Elijah Roberts is on the mound. Here is Ben Abram, the third baseman. Abram Summers in the on-deck circle. The kick and the pitch showed a sign of a bunt, but it was low and inside for a ball.
Trying to start the small ball early, perhaps. Not a bad time to start.
Always want to make sure the defense has that in the back of their mind. You can drop one down, keep them honest.
Next pitch is in there for a strike, I believe, unless it missed inside, and it must have.
A little high.
2-0 the count. Abram hitting .219 this year in 32 plate appearances, 7 hits and 3 RBIs. Again, both teams come into this game 11-3. As Abram waits the 2-0 pitch, and that one low and inside.
One of the rules I do like in Major League Baseball is the hitter has to stay in the box.
Yes.
I think that's a big thing.
The pitch is going to hit the inside corner for a strike. So it's 3 balls and a strike to Ben Abram. Abram Summers, plural, is in the on-deck circle. That one sliced foul, and it moves to 3-2.
What a crowd tonight, gentlemen! I mean, we're now up to 8 or 9 deep behind the fence. Fantastic.
Quite the atmosphere tonight.
You know, it's funny. I get so focused on the game, I forget to look behind me sometimes. 3-2 pitch is sawed away, foul, and the count will stay 3-2. Yeah, no doubt, a great crowd behind us, to the sides.
Tony Salazar out there manning our cameras.
There he is.
Doing a great job.
Former Clay alum, or I guess a Clay alum. That pitch is fouled away. I hope it doesn't hit my car.
Love the camera angle tonight. This is big time.
Oh, yeah. We're not playing around tonight. It's a big game.
In the breeze, no doubt as well. Very comfortable.
3-2 pitch on the way, and that one is hit right up the middle, and what a play by Elijah Roberts. How did he snare that?
Ladies and gentlemen, Sports Center top 10 right there out the bat. And he had eyes as big as saucers. You can see it from our vantage point behind home plate. And he just stuck a glove out there and said, "Excuse me, sir, I'll take that back."
Wow. I thought that was through for sure.
Yeah, that was a straight up center base hit. Could have been a double at the rate he was moving. My goodness.
And I'll tell you, as a hitter, you got to be okay with that. He absolutely tattooed that ball. So great swing with 2 strikes.
Here's the center fielder, Abram Summers, and fouled it away for a strike.
Some excitement already in the first inning as we get started here.
Summers having a good season, hitting .361. The lefty stands ready for the 0-1 pitch, off speed, and it hit the corner for a strike. It's 0-2. Nice little breeze blowing tonight. That one is hit to the third baseman, Lawrence. He'll gun it over to the bag. It'll take one hop. Good job by Rank to scoop it up, and the Golden Eagles go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We played one complete at Fleming Island, no score. Back with more high school baseball on Florida Sports Broadcasting after this. Ready for the top of the second inning at Fleming Island High School. It'll be Parker Lawrence, Easton McMahon, and Chase Haggard to get things going for the Blue Devils. And I think through the first inning, we've seen some pretty good pitching from both sides of the table.
Absolutely. Very solid inning of work from both pitchers right now. A little bit of web gem already in our first inning. Tony Salazar, you're the man. Just about missed that angle, too. We watched a replay of it. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm putting that on our Instagram page.
But there's
tonight.
a scary sight. There's a scary sight right there.
Who let him do that?
Who are those 3 guys?
Who let him do that to me? Why?
I'll tell you, to end the inning, too, Parker Lawrence, who's going to lead off for the Blue Devils right now, he made a great play at third base. Summers hit a hard ground ball to third and took kind of a crazy hop, gloved it, and was able to one-hop it over there and get the final out of the inning. So still yet to have our first base runner tonight in the ball game, so we'll see what happens here.
Here's the third baseman, Parker Lawrence, speaking of him, having a pretty good go at the plate this year, hitting .316, and the first pitch from Robinson swung on and missed for a strike.
Got him to miss with that off speed again.
One of the things I like about Robinson's repertoire on the mound is his the speed differential between his fastball and his breaking ball. It's pretty significant.
Pitch is sliced away foul, and so Robinson ahead in the count at 0-2.
Yeah, when he throws his fastball, he's got some gas behind it, and then the difference, the pullback on his off-speed pitching is just nasty.
Wind starting to gust a little bit as Robinson checks the sign from Mercer and comes with the 0-2 pitch, and it's fouled back. It'll stay 0-2.
All right, sped him up there, up and in, so we'll see if he attacks that slider low and away right here.
Fleming Island had been on a great run. They got brought down to earth a little bit by a very good St. John's Country Day team last night. And the 0-2 pitch is going to be hit to the second baseman. That is picked up, thrown to first as Upton will throw to Chadwell, and they record the out.
I will tell you, it's St. John's Country Day is a great club, but this is what, Fleming's 4th game this week, I think? or it's like their 4th or 5th
They
game
played a
in
lot.
7
Let's
days.
see. I'd have to look at the
Yeah,
schedule.
They've been turning them out in the past couple of days. So the
The
fact that
pitching, that's tough to have that many pitchers.
yeah, the fact that they've had such a great season so far, and getting those games together like that.
Well, Saturday they played Lyon. Then they played Ridgeview and St. John's Country Day this week, and now this one. So, yeah, they've been busy. Here's Easton McMahon, the right-handed hitter. The kick and the pitch. Off speed will miss inside for a ball. McMahon looking to become the first base runner on either side, hitting .275 this year in 40 plate appearances. He has 11 hits. And Robinson will kick and come to the plate. Swung on and missed for a strike.
It's a really good cut, but boy, that was a nasty pitch.
Yeah.
That last play when he hit the ground ball up the middle and it tipped off of Robinson's glove, it's like almost as a coach, you always wonder if you should tell your pitcher just to let it fly. Those deflections sometimes can cause huge issues.
Yeah, especially when you got a charging second baseman
Yep.
who's trying to field it. So
2-1 to McMahon. As Haggard waits on deck, off-speed pitch is fouled away, so it's even at 2-2.
way to fight that one off. That was definitely going to be a swing and a miss. Good quick hands.
I'm interested to see which team's going to drop one down here for a hit because these two pitchers are tough tonight.
Robinson again, check the side for Mercer. Take a long look at it this time. Kick and deliver the 2-2, and it's chopped up in the air. Could be a tough play, but Robinson will gun it over to Chadwell at first and record the out. Good play by Robinson.
That was a good gun, too.
That's a tough play as a pitcher. All your momentum is going towards home plate. You gotta field a ball that's barely moving and then turn your hips all the way from home plate over to first base and make an accurate throw. That was a great play right there by Robinson.
Yeah, it takes great communication with your catcher, too, because he's got the same idea at this point. He's trying to protect his pitcher and then just turn and make the throw, but a great decision to let his pitcher get it, and Robinson makes a fantastic throw to first.
Here's Chase Haggard in his first plate appearance, and it's low and away for a ball. Haggard batting .267 this year. He has 4 hits and 28 plate appearances. He does have 4 RBIs on the year. And the righty stands ready, wiggle the bat a little bit. And the 1-0 pitch inside for a ball. It's 2-0.
Try to get him up in the zone on that one, no dice.
Outfield again, straight away and deep. The kick and the pitch, and that one looked good, and it is for a strike.
Right down Broadway. Great throw.
Two balls and 1 strike. Should the inning be extended, it'd be Nick Rank coming to the plate, and that one in there for a strike, so Robinson evens it up at 2-2. Two gone here in the inning, and now time called. When Fleming comes to the plate in the bottom of the inning, it'll be Jackson Mercer, Anders Chadwell, and Tanner Upton. 2-2 pitch is a little bit wide, and they call it a ball. It's 3-2.
I think he was trying to set him up outside on that one, try to get him to swing at a bad pitch. Counts full now.
Robinson set. The payoff pitch coming, and it's downstairs, ball 4. The first base runner of the night is Chase Haggard, and he does it on a walk.
Nick Rank.
Here's Nick Rank, the first baseman.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner, number 11. Actually, it's considered a courtesy runner in Florida high school baseball, number 11.
That would be Jacob Anderson. So 1 aboard for Clay. Throw over to first.
Doesn't hesitate to chase him back either.
Nope. Anderson goes back in head first.
Blue Devils can be aggressive on the base pass. They take big leads and are not afraid to steal.
The kick and the pitch, and that one got the outside corner for a strike. It's 1-1.
And
Got that one cornered there.
And in games like this, getting a runner on second base is absolutely paramount.
Yes.
You get a ball off the end of the bat or something like that with 2 outs, you can score the only run of the game. So there's a pick there from Robinson. So Clay and whoever's on first, you've really got to be cognizant of the dirt balls, getting those dirt ball reads to get to second. pass balls, wild pitches, anything like that, because the second you get on second base, totally changes the dynamic of your offensive approach.
No balls and a strike. Should the inning be extended, Sean Alvers will come to the plate, throw over to first, and that one was closer than any of the other two Robinson made that way. But Anderson gets back in safely, still has a big lead. There goes the runner, throw by Mercer down to second, and Anderson will get in safely, and Clay has a runner in scoring position in the bottom or the top of the second inning.
As expected, Clay aggressive on the paths. They are going to move a runner in scoring position, whether they're going to take it by force or they're going to play the small game. So
there might have been some miscommunication there. I don't think the middle infielders knew that Anderson was taken off. They were way late getting to the bag.
No,
So
a little bit of a lollygag on that one, so they weren't going to pick him off if they tried.
Rank's got an opportunity here to get one on the board.
Good pitch right at the knees for a strike.
No let up in Robinson right here. He's still has got that bulldog mentality and working fast. And you can see him right there talking to himself, gassing himself up a little bit. He's ready to go get this pitch right here with 2 strikes and 2 outs with a runner on second in the top of the second.
Robinson checked the runner, and that one was inside for a ball. 2-2 the count. Robinson trying to get his team out of this inning. Clay would love to take the early lead. As Rank stands ready, and that one is chopped down the third baseline foul. It'll stay 2-2. So Deuce is wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, with a runner on second in the top of the second.
As a pitcher, that's exactly what you want to do in this situation. Try to force the batter into a ground ball right down third baseline with a right-handed hitter. Just get that easy out and end the inning.
There's the pitch, a half swing that'll go to Upton at second. He'll pick it up, go to first, and the inning is over. Mark it 4-2 in your book. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We've played an inning and a half at Fleming Island. Still no score. Back with more high school baseball in a moment on Florida Sports Broadcasting. Back at Fleming Island High School, ready for the home half of the second inning. And as we get there, it will be Jackson Mercer, Anders Chadwell, and Tanner Upton to get things going for the Golden Eagles.
Pitcher Jay Mercer.
What a great atmosphere tonight. Packed crowd here. Breeze is kicked up a little bit more. Seems to be moving towards center field now to maybe left center field. Nice and cool outside.
Mercer, the righty, stands ready for the first pitch, and that one's downstairs for a ball. Mercer this year hitting .200. He has 5 hits, 2 RBIs, and 25 at-bats. Outfield shaded a little bit to the left with a big hole between right and center. That one downstairs, and Mercer swung at it for a strike.
Mercer also a Fleming Island baseball legacy. His older brother, Zach, was an outstanding two-way player for the Golden Eagles. Always gave us fits at Ridgeview when Mercer was on the mound.
1-1 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2. When you look at team averages coming into this game, Clay hitting .260, Fleming .239. swung on and missed, strike 3. And for Elijah Roberts, he records his first K of the game.
Next up, first baseman number 15.
On 3 straight pitches, no less, too, swinging. So good at bat.
I can tell you just from keeping up with high school baseball in Northeast Florida, it's definitely a defensive and pitching kind of year. There's not really many clubs that have super high team batting averages.
Here's Anders Chadwell. The righty stands ready, and the pitch is upstairs for a ball.
Well, as you and I know, John, baseball's a very streaky game anyway. Sometimes you're hot, sometimes you're freezing cold. What you want to peak is at this point in the season when you're getting close to talking postseason play.
1-0 pitch, low again, 2-0.
I had a hitting coach one time in the Dodgers organization that told me, Big John, some people hit when they want to, and some people hit when they can.
Right. It's all true.
It's tough to hit a baseball.
2-1 pitch is high and away for a ball.
The head coach Mike Martin at Florida State used to say it's a small man's game, and sometimes it's the little guy that makes the big difference, especially in the batter's box.
Look at Jose Altuve. I mean,
that's true.
jeez.
3-1 pitch, square around a bunt, and that one on the inside corner, strike 2. Chadwell hitting .222 this year in 36 plate appearances. He has 8 hits and 7 RBIs. That one is inside, ball 4 in Fleming Island.
Strike 3.
Wow.
Oh, maybe not strike 2, I'm sorry, but no, that was one of those, I thought I was going to first base, never mind, I'll stay here.
That was a little up.
Kind of a delayed call there.
So 3-2 now to Chadwell. Roberts comes to the plate, swung on, strike 3 in the second K of the inning for Roberts, and there's 2 gone for the Golden Eagles.
Going to cross that off as the last pitch sort of rattled him a little bit there, then he swung at whatever because he wasn't sure if the strike zone had compressed any. And that'll get into a batter's head too.
Yeah, no doubt. I was just about to say that. That's tough to. That's the thing as you play the game, you go along and you try to flush those because those are tough.
First pitch to Tanner Upton.
I've never been a fan of the 2-out bunt.
I think that Fleming is doing the fake bunt model just to try to force Roberts to throw it over the plate. It is a it can be there. See what I mean? It can be a significant distraction. Yeah. So
this is a chess match that you get into when you play baseball, especially against 2 very defensive-minded teams.
And that's also a coaching approach. Depending if a guy's not having a bunch of control, you could really be taking until you get 1 strike. Which looks like
2-0 pitch,
exactly
which is in there for a strike. Yeah. It's 2-1.
No, it's an excellent strategy, but something that I've always thought was risky business was that 2-out bunt because you don't have anybody on base right now. There's no real value to it. But if you're playing that for a longer concept, yes.
Upton square around a bunt. He'll hit it down the third baseline. Lawrence will just let it go foul. And the count will move to 2-2. Upton hitting .259 this year. 7 hits and 4 RBIs for the freshman.
There's also games, with these long weeks where, when they got their dude on the mound, you got to do everything you can to get that guy off.
Absolutely.
So whether that's, running up his pitch count or, because a lot of times.
Check swing toward the shortstop. Good play by McMahon. He'll throw it to first, but he won't get him as Upton able to beat out the throw, and Fleming Island has their first hit of the night.
Can't hold that too far against the shortstop on that one. Sometimes balls are going to take that nasty hop. You got to do what you can to field it. Tried to stand up, made a great throw, just didn't get enough on it. Bounced right out of the first baseman's glove, just a hair low. And now we've got a base runner on for Fleming Island, their first of the night.
Rank did everything he could at first to.
Yeah, that was a great job by Upton putting the ball in play, and almost another top 10 from Easton McMahon over there. Fleming gets their first base runner of the night.
Chris Brealey will step into the box. Square around a bunt. Inside, throw down to first. And Upton safely in head first.
Chris Reale, only a freshman. His older brother Michael played for me at Ridgeview for 3 years. Great family, great kid. Chris has a ton of talent and starting on varsity as a freshman here.
Reale squares around a bunt, and that one's inside inside corner for a strike. I had an umpire one time. I was calling all the balls and strikes before he had a chance to do it. He turned around and looked at me, and he's like, do you mind if I do my job? I said, okay, go ahead. check the runner and now throw to first.
It's a tough job, you know, and I truly do honestly have a lot of respect for umpires. You know, it's one of the toughest things to do with the amount of time you have to make that decision with a ball that's moving at a very high rate of speed. You know, it's not easy.
Reale is the designated hitter for the pitcher, Roberts, and that one swung on and missed.
All right, here's the infamous runner on second. So Upton pretty pumped up to get over there, and here's another 2-strike, 2-out. Second inning, runner on second situation.
Throw just a little to the left of the bag as a catcher. It's not what you want to do ideally if you're a right-handed catcher, and that one you want to get it to the right side of the bag, lead your second baseman in there so he can just plop the tag down real quick. That one just a hair off.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Upton with a stolen base and a big lead down at second. There are 2 gone in the inning, and the pitch is high and away for a ball. It's 2-2. So Deuce is wild again here in the bottom of the second. Fleming Island with their first hit of the night and the first hit of the night of the game. Big lead by Upton at second. Roberts will check him and come to the plate with an off-speed pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Elijah Roberts, and Fleming Island goes down. There were no runs on 1 hit and no errors and 1 left on base. We played 2 complete at Fleming Island. It's no score between Clay and Fleming. Back with more high school baseball in a moment on Florida Sports Broadcasting. Back at Fleming Island High School, along with John Sgromolo, BP, I'm Ray Canevari, Tony Salazar on the camera tonight, Janet Morales running the scoreboard. Hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. 2 of the better teams in Clay County, and we got it for you here on FSB. I will say this, out of all the sports we do, setting up for a baseball broadcast is the most challenging. Hands down.
More so than football.
Yes. Here is the leadoff hitter, Sean Alvers, the center fielder. He'll be followed by Aiden Hampton, the left fielder, and then we go back to the top of the order and Cole Carnell. Caden Robinson has breezed through 2 innings. He gave up a walk back in the second. Trying to extinguish the Blue Devils here in the third, and the pitch is going to be hit hard right up the middle for the first hit of the night for Clay.
All right, so it'll be real interesting here. You know, you got 8-9-1, and it'll be interesting to see if Coach Persinger goes ahead and drops one down to try to get him over to second with 2 more chances to score.
That'll bring up Aiden Hampton, the left fielder. As Clay now with their first hit of the night and a throw over to first. And Alvers back in safely.
And the Tom and Jerry game will continue in earnest. Both teams have been intent on holding that runner at first.
Alvers, the righty, stands ready, square around to bunt, and that one goes foul. So not a bad idea to punt there.
Runs are definitely going to be of the premium tonight.
Hampton with 3 hits this year and 31 plate appearances, throw over the bag.
For a right-handed pitcher, that is a pretty deceptive pickoff move. Right-handed pitchers are not normally tricky when they go to first base. It's usually the lefties you have to watch out for, but that's a pretty good step back and throw.
Square around to bunt again. It's chopped and it'll go foul, and 2 strikes now on Hampton.
Yeah, pitchers have gotten much better with what we call the balk move, which is the front foot, the heel comes off the ground first, because when you teach base running, the first move that you look for as a base runner is that front heel. So you got to be careful, because what they do is they flinch the front heel and then pick. And most umpires aren't going to call it, so it's because it just happens so quick. So Robinson's got a good one.
Big lead by Alvers at first. And swung on and missed. Strike 3, so Hampton goes via the K, the first one of the night for Caden Robinson. And with 1 gone, we go back to the top of the order in Cole Carnell. He grounded to the shortstop Billingsley back in the first inning.
Carnell started the season absolutely scorching, was hitting over 600, I think, for the first probably 7 or 8 games.
Throw over to first.
The one thing I also like about Robinson's pickoff move is he's got some velocity on it. You know,
Yeah.
he doesn't flick it over there. He's
comes with a full overhand chunk.
throwing it with intent.
Absolutely.
Carnell hitting .455 this year, 15 hits in 33 plate appearances or at-bats, and the kick and the pitch, and that one hit the outside corner. He does have 10 RBIs, 4 doubles, a triple. So as you mentioned, John, good year so far at the plate.
Only a sophomore.
Wiggle the bat a bit and throw over to first. Good move by Robinson.
A lot of good young talent in Clay County this year. This past week, our Clay County Athlete of the Week was a freshman long jumper from Orange Park. And every week it seems like we're awarding freshmen and sophomores the accolades. So it's going to be a bright future here in the next couple of years.
There goes the runner. They turn, they throw to the bag. It wasn't a good throw.
Wow.
And sliding in safely was Alvers.
He got
as
lucky.
Robinson threw it to the third base side of the bag. And that allowed Alvers to get in safely.
And I'm pretty sure that they caught them napping on that. That was still
A great jump, yeah.
Yeah, good jump, and not in a very aggressive move to the bag either. It was sort of, whoops, wait a minute, too late.
And now that negates Hampton's failed bunt opportunity, so now the Blue Devils are right where they wanted to be with the runner on second with only 1 out. No harm, no foul if you can, the baseball gods grant you one.
No balls and a strike, just 1 gone. We're in the top of the 3rd inning at Fleming Island High School. Happy you're with us tonight. Pitch is a check swing, foul down the third baseline, so Robinson now moves to 0-2. Make sure you like Florida Sports Broadcasting on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course subscribe to the YouTube channel. No charge at all to do that. This way you will find out the latest and the greatest of what's coming up on FSB. 0-2 to the leadoff hitter, Cole Carnell. The kick and the pitch is going to be sought down the third baseline. That's a fair ball. It'll bring in a run. Alvers turning third and heading to home, and it's an RBI double for Cole Carnell.
Just as I predicted, Clay has the manufacturing plant on full blast. They will aggressively steal, and all you got to do is pop one right in play, and the rest is history.
The big swing right there from Carnell, and just hold your horses, though. I can tell you that Fleming Island's going to get their opportunity, too. It's a great ball game here tonight in Clay County.
It's going to be a very good chess match as we progress onward here.
Josh Rowe, the second baseman, will step to the plate. He struck out back in the first inning. Righty will wiggle the bat, and now time is called. Well, what a great piece of hitting by Carnell. Kind of a check swing the opposite way.
Just a textbook poke right into the gap. Didn't have to put a lot on it to move the runner around.
That pitch downstairs for a ball.
Great job getting that one scooped up.
There's a lot of territory out there in this Fleming Island outfield, and Murray did a great job fielding that ball and getting it in. He made a great throw into second base, so made it a little bit close.
Carnell is down at second. A run is across. There's only 1 gone, and Robinson will square and throw downstairs for a ball.
got to get Robinson to maintain his composure. And it looks like Coach Morales was going to go talk to him.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like he's a little bit rattled.
Now we're going to make the trip out to the mound. Looks like he had a couple of extra words he needed to give over there, and so he's been in control for most of his outings so far. This is the most shaken he's seen, but this is the point where just have the coach come out and have him take a deep breath. He's not pitching poorly.
I'll tell you two guys, the one thing that's really cool about this rivalry is these are two of the best baseball coaches in the state of Florida. Gil Morales has won a state championship. Josh Persinger has coached in multiple Final Fours, coached in state championship games, and these kids are really, really blessed to have these coaches at the helm of their programs. They teach the game, they teach character, and both of these teams play with a lot of grit, and it's always exciting to see these guys duke it out.
Well, that's another cornerstone of Clay County athletics across the board, is that there's a lot of character building with all of the athletes. A lot of these young kids are just good citizens on top of that. So it's a testament to the leadership they have at the schools. And not to mention the guy to my right over here, who's been doing a fantastic job leading the charge and getting the word out about these young athletes. This is a wonderful place to be a student athlete in North Florida. And I'm a St. Johns County kid saying that. So
appreciate you, BP.
So Josh Rao trying to bring in another run. Told you back in the first inning that he's hitting .297 this year. And he does have 4 RBIs. He'd love to add to that here, and he'll bunt it beautifully down the third baseline. It is Abram throw over to the bag, and they got him, but they advance the runner, and there's 2 gone.
Perfectly executed sack bunt right down the third baseline, doing exactly what you need to do. Got to get the third baseman to commit to advance the runner. As a bunter myself, I was the small ball guy when I played baseball. Wasn't known to be a power hitter, but I was definitely the engineer as it was, and my best bunts were always down the third baseline, getting that guy to commit.
Here's Merrick Raposa. Flew out to left field in his first plate appearance. Matter of fact, Josh Murray, the left fielder, made a great play, having to run a long way to make the catch, but he did so and retired the first inning. First pitch to Raposa, just a sophomore again, is hit to left, and this has got Murray on his horse going back, and Murray makes the catch, and the inning is over.
And Raposa smacked that ball too, but a great play in left field. Boy, we got a game going on here, folks.
I'm telling you. So there was 1 run on 2 hits and no errors, and 1 left on base. We've played 2.5 at Fleming Island. It is Clay 1 and Fleming Island nothing. Back with more high school baseball in a moment on Florida Sports Broadcasting.
Back here in the Fleming Island half of the ball game here. A great one so far. Just 1 run on the board. Already been plenty of action right here on Florida Sports Broadcasting.
Here is Sean Thistleton coming to the plate for Fleming Island, the right-handed hitter. Here's the kick and the pitch, and that one's inside for a strike.
Roberts has done a pretty good job. They haven't gotten through the lineup yet, and we're here in the bottom of the third, so you can consider that a victory there. And Robinson's doing the same too. The Clay's only gotten through once, so good pitching tonight.
Roberts, the lefty, stands ready. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed by Thistleton. It's 0-2. He's hitting 154 this year. Has 4 hits and 26 plate appearances. He does have an RBI. Roberts' pitch, a good one, swung on and missed, strike 3.
Roberts is on a roll so far, getting them to cut and miss those completely.
It's his 4th strikeout of the night in the 3rd inning.
Shortstop, Gavin Billingsley.
Here's Gavin Billingsley, the shortstop. Billingsley hitting .297 this year with a double, a triple, and 3 RBIs, and the first pitch is a ball. It's 1-0. Roberts continues to work and do fine work here in the 3rd and square around a bunt, and that one's in there for a strike. It's 1-1.
Golden Eagles still trying to increase the pitch count here. Take it till they get a strike.
That one is fouled back.
That's also a technique too. You know, if your hitters start getting super antsy, you know, taking that strike allows them to see a pitch and kind of catch their breath.
Roberts now with 26 strikeouts on the year with the 4 tonight, and the pitch is inside for a ball.
That one got called a strike earlier, so definitely a good eye on that one.
Here's the kick and the pitch. That one is swung on and missed. Make that 27 strikeouts on the year, and now 2 gone in the inning.
Back to the top of the order for the Golden Eagles.
When you talk about the pitcher on clay that has the most strikeouts, that would be the sophomore McMahon. Easton playing shortstop tonight.
JU commit McMahon, and he's had another great season as well.
Back to the top of the order we go, and Josh Murray. He flew out to right, and the first pitch is swung on and missed, and Roberts is just humming right now.
Golden Eagles are not shy. They're not keeping the baseball bat on their shoulders now. They're swinging.
Roberts, 0-1 pitch, and he missed away that time. It's 1-1. Just a great night for a baseball game. Although the wind may be a little bit blustery, but we live with that after a hot day. Swung on and missed. And Roberts is in a groove. He's 1-2 in the count. Should Murray extend the inning, Ben Abram would come to the plate for the Golden Eagles. Roberts checked the sign, and the 1-2 pitch on the way, and that one is swung on. Strike 3. He strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We played 3 complete at Fleming Island. It's Clay 1, Golden Eagles nothing. Back with more high school baseball in a moment on Florida Sports Broadcasting. Well, we played 3 complete at Fleming Island High School. Happy you're with us tonight on FSB, and looks like Elijah Roberts is getting stronger as the game is going on.
And he's getting the Golden Eagles to chase down just about everything they've thrown at him. Was taking a look at the replay of that last at bat, and that was right down the zone too. It's a pitch you want to swing at, but he flat burned him. So he's definitely throwing with some gas.
Third baseman number 25, Parker.
Here's
Lawrence.
Parker Lawrence, the third baseman, to lead things off. He hit a ball to Tanner Upton, the second baseman, back in the second, and he was retired. So Lawrence 0 for 1 tonight, hoping to fare better in his second at bat, and Robinson with the pitch. And that one's inside for a ball. Robinson, a long look at the sign, and delivers the pitch away for a ball. It's 2-0. Hard to believe that the school season is coming to a close.
Oh my goodness, tomorrow's April 1st, and I'm not kidding.
2-0 pitch from Robinson, missed away. It's ball 3. But today was fair day for the county schools, right?
Yeah, it was. You know, we have a great partnership with the Clay County Agricultural Fair. Over 100,000 people come to Clay County over the week out there at the Agricultural Fairgrounds. And school district started that a couple years ago, where we all cut class on fair day and then go support the biggest tourism event in Northeast Florida, the Clay County Agricultural Fair. So it'll be open all the way next week.
3-1 pitch is going to miss, ball 4.
It'll be open all through next week, so make sure you go out there to Highway 16 in Green Cove Springs and visit the Clay County Fair. Grab you a corn dog.
I actually liked it with no school today. I was able to get into the baseball field early today. So I was pretty happy about it.
And as a player, that's one of the best days of the world, when you get to play the sport you love with no school.
I know, we think it's far away, and we talked about this last baseball season. Before you know it, football will be here. I know teams are releasing their schedules.
Yep.
And spring games will be coming up soon.
I believe we had that conversation about this time last year at a baseball game at Fleming Island, and next thing you know, we were talking about football.
Yeah. Here's Easton McMahon, the shortstop. McMahon hit one back to Robinson back in the second inning. And Robinson recorded the out, and Caden missed low and away for a ball.
Abrams has to be careful right there. McMahon showed bunt, and he was crashing in. The slash is something that is alive and well, so make sure you don't get in too close.
Throw over to first, a good move by Robinson, but Lawrence was able to get back in safely. Wind kicks up a bit, Robinson to first, and Caden has a pretty good move over to first.
Like we were saying earlier, he throws with intent. That's not just a pass at first base. He is going to get you out one way or the other.
Good to see that the crowd tonight enjoying the moment. Big lead at first by Lawrence. McMahon squares around, but throw over the bag, and once again Lawrence in safely. Outfield again, straight away. There's McMahon, square around a bunt, now pulls back, throw down to second by Mercer, and they got him.
And that was the kind of throw you need to make as a catcher right there. Popped straight out of his stance, right arm, right side of the bag. Second baseman gunned him down, and that's exactly what they needed right now.
Superb throw right there from Mercer. That was right on the money.
Made up for that last one big time. Always love it when a backstop jumps up like that, fires a cannon, and gets a guy going to second.
So nobody on. And the pitch to McMahon in there for a strike.
There's a strike right after it, so you can tell he's juiced now.
2 balls and 1 strike to Easton McMahon, the sophomore. He'll wiggle the bat a little bit. 2-1 delivery, popped in the air. This should be playable for Robinson. He's under it, calling it, having a little trouble, and he's not able to haul it in.
And he may have hurt himself.
As soon as that ball was hit, I said this is going to be tough, and Coach Morales is visibly upset, jumping on the infielders. As a pitcher, that's a very, when you're on the front of the mound and the ball gets kicked up like that at a high spin rate, it's going to come back towards home plate. So you gotta navigate running around the pitcher's mound, and Robinson had a tough time with that. Not to mention that ball was up above the lights. We're still in that twilight time period. So that was, I mean, can't fault him. That's a tough play.
Should that have maybe been a play for the third baseman?
Absolutely.
It should have been, yes.
Anytime you're running in, it's way easier than running back.
That pitch is going to get underneath Mercer, and that will allow McMahon to go down to second.
Yeah, so going back to that pop fly, the third baseman's job at that point is to scream as loud as he can to get his pitcher away from it and let the fielders do that for that very reason. He's coming in on that, whereas the pitcher's trying to back up and track a ball that's in twilight right now. So, but that's fundamentals. You learn that as you go. You brush that off as a mistake and keep playing baseball.
Chase Haggard is the batter. The catcher got a board on a walk back in at second and has a runner in scoring position here in the fourth.
Just for our younger viewers at home, that's how fly ball communication priority works. The number one priority is the center fielder, followed by the corner outfielders. The infield priority is the shortstop, followed by all the other defenders. Good
That one is
swing.
hit hard to right center, and that'll fall in. It'll bring in another run. Thistleton will pick it up. I believe it was Thistleton. Maybe it was Summers. It doesn't matter, as another run has come in, and Clay has taken a 2-0 lead.
Great stroke on the long single there. That was heading for Tony for sure. I thought I saw him wiggle a little bit as it was coming his way. Just a few more feet, and that might have gone out of the park.
Great swing by Haggard right there, staying through the ball, using the full field. Fleming's got it. Fleming's okay. There's still a lot of baseball left. Only 2-0. They're going to have to just keep their foot on the gas and minimize the damage right here.
Yeah, still a very manageable situation.
For Haggard, that's his 5th RBI of the season. And here comes Nick Rank. The righty hit to the second baseman. Throw by Mercer down to second, and he's in there, I believe. And you think about how important that throw by Mercer to get the runner at second was on the putout, because now it would be 3-0 had that not happened.
Well, and that's tough to do as a catcher when you're having to pop out of your stance anyway and make that throw consistency. Again, that one shaded a little bit to the left, not where you want it to apply a good tag, but the damage is done.
Robinson needs to vary his looks a little bit. He's becoming pretty predictable when he comes set, and you can see that by the Blue Devils' jumps they're getting when they're stealing.
Yeah, smart base runners will see that, key in on it all the time.
0-1 to the first baseman, Nick Rank.
Velo is still there, though, from Robinson, still throwing hard.
Swung on and missed for a strike. It's 1-1. Correction, 0-2. Robinson is just thinking, I got to get out of this inning somehow.
Yeah.
With no more damage. On deck, it's Sean Alvers, the center fielder.
Now they're speaking Rays language over there.
Probably because I did something wrong. Usually that's the case. Check swing. They appeal to the second base umpire, and
so here's the interesting part about that. The Golden Eagle faithful wasn't too happy with that. I thought it was a good pitch.
Yeah.
Forget the check swing. We'll watch the replay here. I thought it was a strike on the pitch.
the pitch is in there for a strike.
Got him that time.
And he got him. Got him looking.
We're going to see if we can catch that on the delayed replay here and see if that was actually a strike. Check swing notwithstanding.
So here's Sean Alvers.
That was a strike.
It was a great pitch.
It was a great
right
pitch.
over the plate. So
Absolutely.
once again, baseball gods though rectified it with the strikeout.
Absolutely. That's the benefit that we don't have of being able to play instant replay here. But
First pitch to Alvers is outside. He got a single back in the third and eventually came around to score the first Clay run.
Another 2-out runner on second base. Another big at bat here for Robinson.
The kick and the pitch, and that one hit the outside corner for a strike. Or did he call it a ball? He did call it a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 gone here in the top of the 4th inning at Fleming Island. Happy you're with us on FSB. Albers wiggled the bat a little bit. Robinson at the belt, and now time called. Should the inning be extended, we go to the number 9 hitter in Aiden Hampton. When Fleming Island comes to the plate in the home half of the 4th, it'll be Ben Abram to lead things off, followed by Abram Summers and Jackson Mercer. That one is going to hit the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-2. Or correction, 1-2. Check the runner at second. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Robinson finishes strong, but the damage was done there for sure, as there was a run on a hit and no errors. And actually there were 2 hits and 1 left on base. We have played 3.5 at Fleming Island, and it's 2-0 Clay. Back with more high school baseball in a moment on Florida Sports Broadcasting. Fleming Island High School, the setting tonight. Both of these teams come in 11-3 on the year. And not only is this a battle of 2 good teams, but 2 rivalries as well. And as you mentioned, I think both of you were talking at the beginning of the broadcast, a lot of these guys played together growing up.
Yes, this is, a continuation of some long-standing rivalries and friendships that have taken place through Little League and some travel ball, and baseball being such a year-round sport too. This is not the last time these guys will run into each other in some fashion wearing some uniform during the academic year. So,
yeah, speaking of, Merrick Raposa, I got some notes here. He played in a 10U state championship with the Fleming Island Storm, and then combined, listen to this group, C.J. Martin, Austin Zala, Reef Johnson, Keegan Leckband, Ben Abram, and Caden Robinson. They were all on the Fleming Island Storm All-Star program. So pretty neat how, time develops and guys go their separate ways, and they still get to compete against each other.
Here's Ben Abram to the plate. Abram back in the first, smoked one right up the middle, and somehow Roberts was able to snare it as it was heading right toward the top of him, and then it's fouled away. Still amazed at how Roberts was able to catch that line drive.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
you got it.
I think it was almost more for self-protection.
Oh, yeah, reflex.
Pitch is swung on and missed. It's 0-2.
Because if it's not in your glove, it's off your labrum.
Yes. Nobody wants to experience that.
Fleming Island still has a lot of baseball left, but they need to get something going offensively, as Roberts will throw it and Abram will foul it over the screen.
Aging myself a little bit, 12 years ago, that's why baseball switched the bats. So there used to be BESR bats, and the bats these guys are swinging are called, got 'em.
Another strikeout.
The bats these guys are swinging are called BB Core bats. So there was too many injuries happening from high exit velocity situations. The bats were getting too hot, so they kind of downgraded the composite materials to level it out a little bit.
7th strikeout of the night for Roberts. And here's Ben Abram. Pitch looked to be good, and it is on the outside corner for a strike.
If you're Fleming Island here, you got to start getting something going. You don't want a guy's ace to just get out there and get comfortable.
Pitch to Summers is sawed back. Summers grounded to third back in the first. He's 0 for 1 tonight.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's happening right now. You've got best pitcher in the rotation, and he's in cruise control right now.
0-2 pitch missed away. It's 1-2.
Try to bait him by setting up on the outside corner there. Just a little wide.
Roberts ready to deliver, but time is called. He's only given up one hit, his Roberts. That one is going to miss, not by much. Oof. I'll have to look at the replay of that one.
Maybe kissing the shoestrings.
Yeah,
maybe
it looked a little outside.
just a hair.
2-2. Time called again as Jackson Mercer will step out of the box, or is in the on-deck circle. Off-speed pitch, got him.
That's one as a batter that you'll go back to the dugout thinking, why, oh why? Because he absolutely swung at it, and the look on his face was, ugh, I shouldn't have.
Next up, catcher number 5, Jay Merce.
So 2 strikeouts here in the inning. Abram Summers goes away. And with 2 gone, here is Jackson Mercer. Travis Cunningham coming by, does a great job here at Fleming. That one bunted down the third baseline. Lawrence will throw it,
Safe.
but not in time.
Great jump on that, too. Boy, he came out of the box flying and did the track star thing, stuck that foot out, stomped on the base. Great bunt for a base hit. Textbook.
Second hit of the night for Fleming Island.
That's what Fleming needs right now. You know, that could be the base runner that gets things going.
Here's Anders Chadwell.
Anders has hit some really hard baseballs this year too. I think he has a couple homers and a couple doubles.
Chadwell struck out back in the second. Let's take a look at Chadwell. He has 7 RBIs. You're right, a couple of doubles, a triple, and he does have a home run this season. Big hole between center and right. And time called again. Anders, big fella. Fleming Island needs to strike soon, and that one is hit
smoke. This is
100
gonna be
miles
tough.
in the air. And it should be playable out in center for Alvers, and he dropped it. 1 run will score as that ball was hit a mile in the air. And I think Alvers had a tough time finding it.
I'm telling you, out here with these lights, you know, they're standard regulation lights, but I think it's just the surrounding, you know, tree backdrop. You know, the foot candles aren't as big as they could be. The field's so big, you know, that those high fly balls, once they get above the lights, good luck.
And with 2 outs, Mercer was running on the hit ball, and so he easily scored. And it's a 2-1 game here in the home half of the 4.
That's exactly what the Golden Eagles needed right now to get back in the game. Good rally.
That one is fouled away, so I guess you would mark that an error?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
it's
believe it,
E8.
for sure, because he had a play on the ball and it went right through his glove. So
First error of the night for either team. And here's Tanner Upton. Upton, the second baseman, got a single back in the second. The first hit of the night for Fleming Island, squares around a bunt. And there's a ball and a strike. We thought it would be a good one. And it's turning out to be that way as Fleming is now drawn within a run. Roberts checked the runner and kick and come to the plate. A check swing will go back to Roberts at first. He'll spin, turn, and throw over to Rank at first, and the inning is over. But Fleming Island came up with a run on a hit, and there was 1 error, and there was 1 left on base. We've played 4 complete at Fleming Island High School. It is the Blue Devils 2 and the Golden Eagles 1. Back with more high school baseball in a moment on Florida Sports Broadcasting. ready for the top of the 5th inning at Fleming Island High School, along with John Sgromolo and BP. I'm Ray Canevari, Tony Salazar on the camera tonight, Janet Morales on the scoreboard. Happy you're with us, and Tony Salazar, who works over at 1010XL, telling us that there's a celebrity in sports media in Jacksonville in the Clay dugout tonight, E.T.
Hey.
from 1010XL in the dugout. So glad we're getting celebrities out to the game tonight.
Not to be outdone anyway, but I happened to have been in Orlando at the XFL game and stood right next to head coach Jim Tressel, who was not wearing a sweater vest.
I was just going to ask.
Didn't recognize him.
Was he in the vest?
No, he wasn't. That's why I had to double check to see who it was.
Here's Aiden Hampton to lead things off for the Blue Devils in the top of the 5th inning.
So
It'll be Hampton, the 9-hitter, followed by Carnell and Rao as we go 9-1-2 to get things going in the inning.
So speaking of a special announcement, I'm going to make it right here on Florida Sports Broadcasting. It has not been announced publicly, but you're going to hear it here first. E.T. will actually be one of our MCs for the 2023 Clay County Athletics Awards Show, along with Mia O'Brien from ESPN 1010XL. So we're super excited to have both of them this year on Wednesday, May 10th at the Thrasher Horn Center.
Excellent. 1-0 pitch, and that one is hit to left, and Murray will give chase to it. He's been somewhat busy tonight, and he'll look at it and snare it out of the air, and there's one gone in the inning.
Great play to track that in deep left field.
Mark it F7 in your book, and we go back to the top of the order, and Cole Carnell, the right fielder, and he smoked one back in the 3rd inning that allowed him to get a double and bring in a run. He stands ready, and Robinson's pitch is going to be on the outside corner for a strike.
Good shot on that one.
Robinson again study the sign, the kick, and the delivery is popped in the air, foul. We waited a little bit longer to do some baseball games this year. I know BP and I did a game. I can't even remember which one it was last year, but by the time the sun went down, we were looking for heavy coats.
That was the Fleming Island Lincoln game. I remember that one because I had to check for my toes afterwards. It got cold all of a sudden.
Certainly a lot better tonight. 0-2 to Carnell, and Robinson missed away. Not quite sure what he was trying there, but luckily Mercer was able to extend his arm and grab it before it went back to the backstop. Robinson. Swung on and missed, strike 3.
Great job on that one. Fighting back here. He's got a 2-1 game now. He's got something to defend. Excellent job. Still in a groove. You know, speaking of that Clay County Awards show, I jokingly called that the Clayspies at my house.
Oh, yeah.
When describing it to someone here in town. So, yeah, it's the ESPYs for Clay County.
We're getting geared up, boys. It's going to be a fun time.
Here's Josh Rao. 4 strikeouts now tonight for Robinson, and there's a check swing down the third base line that's foul.
Of course, Florida Sports Broadcasting will plan to be in attendance for that event.
No doubt. I'm hoping you guys can do a pretty cool live pre-show and get some kids on air. They would love that.
Absolutely.
Yep, we're working on that. 0-1 pitch on the inside corner for a strike.
Just got that corner. Yeah, actually going to have to get me dressed up for that event. On
I'll
Wednesday
go
night.
just for that.
Pull out the penguin suit.
That's
BP
my birthday week now, Gail. I got to be careful.
0-2 pitch, that one upstairs for a ball. When Fleming comes to the plate in the home half of the inning, it'll be Chris Reale, Shea Thistleton, and Gavin Billingsley scheduled to hit. 1-2 to Josh Rao.
Robinson's hanging in there. The Golden Eagle just got to get a couple base runners.
Second baseman wiggle the bat a little bit. Robinson to the plate with a pitch, and it's fouled back. It'll stay 1-2.
Big swing there from Rao.
Should the inning be extended, it'll be Merrick Raposa, and he's 0 for 2 tonight, but he has absolutely smoked 2 balls to right field tonight, or to left field, I should say. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. So Robinson ends the inning with a pair of strikeouts. And Clay goes 1, 2, 3 in the fifth. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We played 4.5 at Fleming Island. It is still Clay 2, Fleming Island 1. Back with the home half of the inning after this timeout on Florida Sports Broadcasting. We played 4.5 at Fleming Island, and really a good game. We thought it would be. I think both pitchers have performed really well tonight.
What a great game. What a great atmosphere, too. I've been taking a look around behind us, and Tony, if you get a chance to pan around here a sec, I wouldn't call this capacity. I'm not sure what the capacity is here, but this is definitely a packed place on a Friday night. Lots of folks lined up on home plate or down the baselines watching tonight's ball game. A lot of families out tonight. It's just a great atmosphere here on a beautiful spring night.
No doubt, and we're getting to that part of the season where once you get into April, you only got about 2 weeks until district play starts. So teams are gearing up, Clay County rivalry, and then also remembering the awesome life of Coach Jim Tuttle, a former Fleming Island coach and a staple in the Fleming Island community that was gone too soon a couple years ago.
I understand was a great spirit person too, just a wonderful energy to have around. And
well, here we go, the home half of the fifth inning. And leading things off, it's Chris Reale. First pitch, sawed back, foul. Reale struck out back in the second, so he's 0 for 1 tonight.
Easy, fella, that was in the direction of my car.
Yeah.
That's all right. If they win the game, I won't mind the lump.
The kick and the pitch, and that one is in there for a strike. Boy, I've been impressed with Elijah Roberts tonight. The lefty has really thrown the ball well. Time called. Boy, that happens a lot.
Now, that's something that I noticed in Major League Baseball, although this is not tantamount here, but that's something that they're trying to stop in the big leagues is, you get one timeout call per at-bat.
Okay, is that another new rule?
That's another new rule.
That one fouled away. It stays 0-2.
Yeah, because what it is, to be honest, there becomes a lot of gamesmanship with that, especially if you have a pitcher that works fast. You're just doing it, trying to get on his nerves, essentially.
Right. Because baseball's very much a mental game.
Oh,
either
no
way
doubt.
You look at it.
What did Yogi Berra say? It's
80% mental and 40% physical.
That's right.
Yes.
The pitch missed away. It's 1-2.
He also did a really hysterical Aflac commercial. Look it up on YouTube. It's great. That way it won't hurt to miss work if you get hurt at work or something like that.
1-2 pitch is in there for a strike.
I'm about to say that was painted right there
Yes,
from
it was.
Roberts. That was a great pitch.
Laser shot. He has been on fire today. What a great outing by both of these pitchers.
Believe that's the 8th of the night for Roberts.
Shea Thurston.
Shea Thistleton coming to the plate.
Wind has changed direction now. It's blowing in. So anything that gets hit into the outfield is going to get hung up a little bit.
Thistleton struck out back in the third, and the pitch is low for a ball. It's 1-0.
Golden Eagles is still showing that bunt, trying to get him to up that pitch count a little bit. See what he's got on this next pitch.
Outfield straight away, square around a bunt, and it's inside for a ball. It's 2-0.
And that is a fine art, squaring to bunt and then pulling back when you see a pitch that's no good, not get called for the strike.
And protecting yourself.
That's also true, yes. Well, one of the advantages to being a person of smaller stature is that bunt square around is a little bit quicker because you have a lower center of gravity. It's something that I took advantage of as a ball player. Whereas the taller guy is much lankier. They have a lot more ground to cover, and they can't get down and back as quick if they need to.
2-1 pitch on the way, swung on, strike 3. Or correction, strike 2. A little ahead of myself there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's how much Roberts is cruising, though. We're cruising.
Absolutely.
Here's the 2-2 pitch, and that one fouled away. It'll stay 2-2.
I don't think we've had a base runner for Fleming in the past 2 innings.
You look at numbers all the time when you look at a game, and slugging percentage for these two teams, Clay 353, Fleming 313.
As a coach, you know, with a ball club like that for both of these teams, you really got to focus on doing exactly what these pitchers are doing, as Roberts gets strike 3 there for ninth strikeout of the night, Ray?
Next up, shortstop number 4.
I
have 10, actually.
10th,
Yeah,
10th
that's
strikeout of the
insane.
night. But you really get into a situation where we're going to throw a bunch of strikes, we're going to play elite level defense, and we're going to scrap across 1 or 2 runs a game. That's kind of how you gotta play it. First pitch there from Roberts, strike 1.
I actually now looked at it again. I think that's 7. I'll just have to double check. Hard to do it on the fly. 1-1 pitch is low and inside for a ball. It's 2-1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, 10. That sounds about right.
That one is hit high in the air. It will be. High fly balls have been tough, but Rao is underneath it, and he'll make the play. And the inning is over. So Fleming goes quietly in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We've played 5 complete at Fleming Island High School. It's still Clay 2, Fleming Island 1. Back with more high school baseball in a moment on Florida Sports Broadcasting. Fleming Island High School, the setting tonight, and the story has been Elijah Roberts. 10 strikeouts tonight for the Clay Blue Devils. And his team has a 2-1 lead as they come to bat here in the top of the 6th inning. And guys, Fleming running out of time. They're down to about 6 outs.
Yes, they are. And somewhere in a living room in Green Cove Springs, my sister-in-law is cackling because Clay has a lead right now. Her daughter is a student at Clay High. Sorry, Aaron, I bleed green and gold when I'm working these games normally. But
Here's Merrick Raposa. He smoked 2 balls to left field tonight. Both times Josh Murray made a good play to deny Raposa getting aboard. So he's 0 for 2, and the first pitch is going to hit him, and Raposa will go down to first base.
That is not the kind of hit that Mickey Raposa is used to taking, but he'll grant that one free pass.
Third baseman number 25, Parker Lawrence.
Parker Lawrence also having a pretty decent game tonight for the big fella. Remember earlier in the game, he smoked one up the middle.
So Lawrence grounded to second. Back in the 2nd. Got aboard in the 4th. And that one is bunted and popped foul right behind us. And
could play banana ball, so if a fan catches the ball at a Savannah Banana game, it's an out.
Well, I've heard over the last month, I've heard so much about the Savannah Bananas.
Those games are hard to get into if you don't have tickets ahead of time.
Yeah.
I need to go see one.
Great entertainment.
Lawrence square around a bunt, good throw over to first.
So you talk about speeding up Major League Baseball. I think that'd be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
As a fan, you know, that you could actually record it out.
Well, then that guy in Chicago wouldn't have been blacklisted from Wrigley Field.
That's right. Steve Bartman, what's his name?
Bartman, that's correct.
Yep.
Throw over to first again.
Cubs got off to a rousing start to start the season, a 4-0 shutout against Milwaukee.
I'm happy my Mets won. We're undefeated. How long that'll go, I don't know.
That's for true.
0-1 pitch.
Ow.
And did he hit him?
That's a foul ball.
Oh, he's
Ooh,
got
got the bat.
Oh, into the bat.
Good call by the umpire on that one.
Always good when the Major League Baseball season starts.
I don't understand how in the world the Cubs traded Wilson Contreras to St. Louis. Why are you getting rid of the best catcher in the league? Going to another team, and your rival no less in the division.
0-2 pitch on the way, and that one is hit hard to
Wow.
first, and that'll go out into right. As Chadwell couldn't come up with it, and Clay now has runners at the corners.
Good stroke by the big fella right down first base. Just slipped through there.
Stop number 2, Easton McMahon.
That was a great job by Lawrence, staying back, and that was a lot of hand strength. I mean, he really didn't get his lower half into that, but he rifled that thing with his upper body into right field, and Blue Devils are threatening again here with no outs, and that brings out the manager of the Golden Eagles, Gil Morales, and I think Robinson's night's going to be over.
Tell you what, let's take a quick break. You're watching high school baseball on the leader in live sports in Northeast Florida. That, of course, is Florida Sports Broadcasting. Fleming Island High School on a Friday night. Fair day for the county. And we've got a great baseball game going with Clay holding a 2-1 lead. And on the mound now is Keegan Lockman. The right-handed pitcher is a junior. He comes in. Overall thoughts as we close the book on Caden Robinson?
He really had a good outing, to be honest. He attacked the strike zone for the most part. I think Clay started to figure him out a little bit there towards the end. And I liked his approach early with starting with first pitch breaking balls. He kind of vacated that after the third or fourth inning. He went straight fastball. And, most teams are fastball hitting teams. So if you only got that working, it becomes tough. But, hey, I mean, look, it's 2-1, and his team's got a chance to win. So that's all you can ask of a starting pitcher.
Got a monumental task to fight off runners at the corners here with nobody out.
So if I was a betting man, just because sometimes I might be, first and third with no outs, Easton McMahon, great opportunity to do a push bunt right here. It's the indefensible offensive play to score a run. And so be interesting to see if they do an over and back move and see what they do with the base runners here. But if he lays down a bunt to the second baseman, Clay's going to score another run.
Also, the hit and run's an option here, too. If you've got a good pitch to swing at, get a base runner move and try to pop one in a gap here.
Here's Easton McMahon.
Outfield is tightened up a little bit towards the center of the field right now. There's a hole in left and in right.
You got Raposa at third, Lawrence at first. There's nobody out in the top of the sixth inning, and Clay threatening to break this one open. Don't have any numbers on Lockman, and that one is hit to center, and Summers will have a take on it, and he'll make the catch. There's one gone. Raposa will tag from third and easily score. And it's now 3-1 Clay.
Well, it looks like we were both wrong, John. The sack fly was the call on that one, but no.
Yeah, good job by McMahon there. He hit that thing with some authority. I mean, this is a big ballpark, and Merrick Raposa tagged up, and 3-1.
Here's Chase Haggard, the catcher.
Haggard planted one into right center earlier in the game.
Haggard, the catcher, got a board on a walk in the second. He singled back in the fourth, so he's 1 for 1 tonight. Throw over to first.
I'll tell you what, guys, I don't know how this is going to end, but I can tell you this, that you're watching 2 playoff caliber baseball teams tonight. I mean, both of these teams are going to have an opportunity to make a run this year for sure.
And it might not be the last time they face each other either, if you talk about a postseason opportunity.
3-1. 3-1. Clay with the lead. Pitch is in there for a strike. Blackman, the right-handed junior, trying to close out the inning here without any further damage. Throw over to first. And back in safely is Lawrence. The inning started not so well for Fleming Island as Raposa was hit by a pitch. Then Lawrence singled. Off-speed pitch will hit the inside corner.
Good breaking ball right there from Leckman.
On the single by Lawrence, Raposa was able to go to third. And then the sacrifice fly ball by McMahon brought Raposa to the plate in the third run of the game for Clay. Throw back to first. And Lawrence back in safely.
I really like the technique that both pitchers have used on their pickoff moves. They get a good overhand shot throwing to first base instead of more of a sidearm throw or just a bad opportunity for rotation. So it's really good technique they're using.
Off-speed pitch is downstairs for a ball.
Just a little out inside as well.
So there's only one gone here in the inning. Rank in the on-deck circle. He'll be followed by Sean Alvarez, should the inning go that far. Leckman able to get Haggard to chop that one foul, and the count will stay 1-2. A momentary hush falls over the crowd.
It's getting late into the night for some people out here. Long day at the fair.
Leckman downstairs, it's 2-2. Were you at the fair today, John, or no?
I was, yeah. I worked the Clay County District Schools booth. I was there about 8:30 in the morning until about 3 p.m. and got to see a bunch of students and teachers and administrators. It was a fun day. Had my fair share of fair food.
You've got to.
It was great. Once a year. I didn't eat breakfast on purpose.
It's probably a good plan.
Big lead at first by Lawrence. Haggard stands ready. Leckman will come to the plate, and the pitch is low for a ball. It's 3-2.
Yeah, Fleming Island really needs to go ahead and get a quick 2 outs. A double play right here would be optimal, and get them back in the dugout and get the boys rolling.
It's been a long defensive inning for the Golden Eagles. That pitch is in there for a strike. Throw
There's
down
a
to
double
second.
play.
They got him, and there's the double play. Good throw by Mercer as he caught Billingsley in the glove, and They got Lawrence heading towards second, and the inning is retired. But there was some damage done. There was 1 run on 1 hit and no errors and nobody left on base. We've played 5.5 at Fleming Island, and it's now Clay 3, Fleming Island 1, back with the home half of the inning after this timeout on Florida Sports Broadcasting. Merrick Raposa on the mound for Clay. The sophomore has pitched 16 innings this year, given up 12 hits, 7 runs. 7 of those were earned. He's given up 3 walks and struck out 23. So the sophomore has been effective, and sure the coaching staff hoping that Merrick can close it out with Fleming down to their final 6 outs as we head to the home half of the 6th.
And Fleming's going to lead it off with the top of the order.
Yep, Josh Murray, Ben Abram, and Abram Summers to get things going in the home half of the 6th.
Clay County's most watched athlete on Florida Sports Broadcasting on the mound here.
I'll tell you what, we did the Clay Fleming basketball game at Clay, and that was one of the best basketball atmospheres we had this year on our broadcast.
Fantastic night.
So much fun. Here's Murray. He flew to right back in the first and then struck out in the third, so he's 0 for 2, and the first pitch in there for a strike. So close the book on Elijah Roberts. What a night he had, 10 strikeouts.
That's all you can ask, pound the strike zone, and the strikeouts are a plus.
0-1 pitch is hit hard back to Raposa, and he got it on the drive, and there's one gone.
That's a pair of web gems tonight. And that was a good scoop. Just got the replay on that one, and Raposa just stuck a hand out there and snatched it. So it's not for lack of trying. When they get the bat on the baseball, they've smoked it. But
here's Ben Abram, hit a line drive back to the pitcher, Elijah Roberts, back in the first, and then he struck out in the third, or the fourth, I should say, so he's 0 for 2 tonight. Looking for his first hit, and that one hit hard right back at Raposa. He gloved it, knocked it down, and then we'll go with a little toss over to Rank at first, and there's 2 gone just like that. Everybody else in the infield and outfield for Clay go away. Just let Raposa handle it all. Here's Abram Summers, 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded the third, back in the first, and then struck out in the fourth. The lefty stands ready. Raposa with the pitch, and it's in there for a strike. When Clay comes to bat in the top of the 7th, it's Nick Rank, Sean Alvers, and Aiden Hampton scheduled to hit for the Blue Devils. And that one is on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-2.
Merrick has came in and pounded the strike zone.
Raposa at the belt. He'll check the sign, and that one, that did not miss by much. 1-2.
yeah, you're right. That did not miss by much. That was close.
The 1-2 delivery is hit in the air and should be playable for McMahon at short, and he's under it. And Fleming goes 1-2-3 in the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We've played 6 complete at Fleming Island. The score, the Blue Devils 3, Golden Eagles 1. Back with the 7th after this timeout on Florida Sports Broadcasting. Top of the 7th inning at Fleming Island High School. Happy you're with us on FSB. John Sgromolo, BP. I'm Ray Canevari, Tony Salazar on the camera, Janet Morales on the scoreboard. So happy you're with us tonight. It's been a good one.
Yeah, great ball game. You know, pitchers duel, I would say. But there's been just enough offense to make some things happen, and a couple defensive miscues. I mean, you know, I wouldn't say they were self-inflicted as much as just really tough plays. You know, you get in these high energy rivalry games, and the little things matter, and you know, you just gotta handle it as best you can, but still a lot of ball game left.
I just think Clay has had a little more offense tonight. I mean, obviously by the scoreboard, but I believe just 2 hits for Fleming Island tonight.
Yeah, and I don't think Fleming has had a runner on past second base yet, so you know, and who knows, that could be the 7th for the Golden Eagles, but they got to get 3 quick ones from the Blue Devils right here.
So here we go in the top of the 7th inning. Nick Rank, the first baseman, will lead things off. He grounded to second, back in the second, and then struck out on the 4th. He's 0 for 2, and the pitch is inside for a ball.
This is actually Zala pinch hitting for him.
Oh, it is.
Austin Zala, 52.
Good spot. Austin Zala, you're correct, the senior. Wonder if he'll be playing first base in the bottom of the inning. Senior is ready, and the pitch is down in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-0. Black Band. Yes, we are.
Sean Albers.
Anything to get some camera time.
There you go.
Zala stands ready, 2-0 with a count on him. We're in the top of the 7th inning, 3-1 Clay. The kick and the pitch upstairs. It's now 3-0. It's funny, the crowd noise kind of goes in waves. It'll die down for a little bit, and then
Most of the noise has been coming from the Clay dugout over there. They really have a ball over there.
3-0 pitch on the way, and that one's in there for a strike.
You know, it's funny. I was actually that was my first year coaching when all of the what I'll call cheerleading came to Clay County. We played a team in Columbus, Georgia in 2013, and it was the most impressive
3-1 pitch on the inside corner, 3-2.
It was the most impressive choreographed chanting we had ever seen, and our guys were like, that's pretty sweet. We're going to do that. And the next thing you know, it just caught on in Northeast Florida and hasn't left. Hey, whatever keeps you in the game, whatever keeps you hyped up.
3-2 pitch is hit hard down the third baseline foul. Zala got a good piece on that one. Started the swing just a little early. See if we have a line on Zala this year and what he's done at the plate. He has been to the plate 14 times. He has 4 hits and 3 RBIs. 3-2 to him right now. Hitting .286 this year. Leckman just trying to extinguish the batter with a 3-2 pitch, and that one is low for a ball. No, they rung him up. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the night for Leckman. And he ends the 6th with a strikeout and begins the 7th with a K. And here's Sean Alvers, the center fielder.
That's what Fleming Island needs right now to get this inning over with quickly. Let your bats do the talking to finish it.
Blackband with the pitch, and that one is fouled down the first baseline. Alvers singled back in the 3rd and came around to score the first Blue Devil run. He struck out in the 4th, so he's 1 for 2 tonight, with nobody aboard and 1 out. Blackband with the kick and the pitch, swung on and missed for a strike. It's 0-2.
Got him to chase that one.
It's always interesting to see what guys like. Alvers going with the 1 batting glove unstrapped method.
Seems to be more of a fashion statement than anything else.
Aiden Hampton in the on-deck circle, or he's scheduled to hit anyway, and that pitch is down low for a ball. It's 1-2.
I was always a 2 batting glove guy, and the tighter the better for some reason. And then you got some guys that old school it, no batting gloves.
I always had one on my backhand. I didn't like the calluses the next day.
Yeah.
Blackband, the 1-2 pitch is popped in the air, foul, and that one is out there near the concession stand.
Right off the top of the Coach Tut hut, named last year after Coach Tuttle. I'll tell you, if I was Fleming Island, I'd be happy that thing was foul. We've had trouble tonight with fly balls.
Yes.
Both teams with fly balls in the field of play.
1-2 pitch, off speed, got him swinging.
Got him. What a great pitch.
So 2 gone in the inning, and that brings up the number 9 hitter, Aiden Hampton, the left fielder.
Earlier pregame, the Coach Tut hut was smelling quite delicious. The burgers were grilling. I miss that smell for sure, coming out to the ballpark.
That's the best part of football season for BP.
Absolutely.
First pitch to Hampton, in there for a strike.
Tell Jack the intern to bring his track shoes. You got to feed the play-by-play guy now. Come on.
We did have a camera guy back in the day. Bought $30 worth of water for us for one game. 0-1 pitch, check swing foul. It's 0-2.
It's Ray's favorite story.
It really is.
Was it a case or what?
Yeah, he brought back a case of water from the
No,
Circle K on
he had
16.
about 10 big bottles of water. I
You-
told him to go get water.
We were not dehydrated that game, that's for sure.
No balls and 2 strikes. That one is going to be hit to the left side of the infield. Billingsley with a good play, but not able to get the runner, and so an infield single.
That play right there is just an example of how impressive guys in Major League Baseball are. You know, Billingsley right there got to the ball, but, it's tough. That's a tough play. And the big leagues, guys can rocket that thing off balance all the way across the field. So good effort there from Billingsley, and Blue Devils are going to have one more opportunity here with 2 outs.
That's the best you can do to limit that to an infield hit, too. Not allow him
No,
to get any extra bases.
Tough play.
Back to the top of the order, and someone Fleming Island would rather not see, and Cole Carnell. 455 average coming in, and the first pitch looked like Blackband tried to overthrow that one, and it was down in the dirt. When Fleming Island comes to the plate in the home half of the inning, it'll be Jackson Mercer, Anders Chadwell, and Tanner Upton scheduled to hit.
Some of their boppers, that's who they want up there.
Little lead by Hampton at first, and the off-speed pitch is hit to the first baseman, and a good job by Chadwell to glove it and run to the bag and record the out. So there were no runs on a hit and no errors, and 1 left on base. We have played 6.5 at Fleming Island High School. It's still 3-1 Clay, back with the bottom of the 7th after this timeout on Florida Sports Broadcasting. Bottom of the 7th. This is it for Fleming Island. They need to score at least 2 to extend the game. And Merrick Raposo looking to close this one out for the Blue Devils. If he does, the Blue Devils would move to 12-3. Fleming Island would fall to 11-4.
Both great records. I mean, I'd take either of those 7 days a week.
Especially as you approach district play, you want to have that strong finish, and to be in double-digit wins at this part of the season is quite a feat. So,
yeah, and this is what you want coming down the stretch. You want to be playing your best baseball against good talent, good teams. So you have that high octane ready to rock and roll come district time.
Here's Jackson Mercer, the catcher, to lead things off.
If you're Fleming Island, maybe hit by pitch.
First pitch inside for a ball.
If you're Fleming Island right here, you just need base runners. One swing's not going to do it. You really just need to find ways to get guys on.
Raposa at the belt. Come to the plate with a 1-0 pitch. A nice one on the inside corner. It's 1-1. Mercer struck out back in the second. He singled back in the fourth and came around to score the only Fleming Island run. That one way upstairs. It's 2-1.
the best thing to happen last inning for Fleming Island was to limit the damage, not let Clay get anything more across the plate, keep it down to 2 runs.
The pitch to Mercer is inside. It's now 3-1.
Now this is looking good here.
Clay scored 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 6th. Fleming got their only run in the 4th, and that's where we stand 3-1. The pitch on the inside corner for a strike. It's 3-2.
It's probably a good take on that one, see what he got, knowing you need base runners.
Outfield straight away. Jackson Mercer, the hitter, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and that one fouled back. Fleming down to their final 3 outs. As Raposa tries to close the door, and that one swung on and missed for a strike. First strikeout of the night for Merrick Raposa, after Roberts had rung up 10 Golden Eagles. Here's Anders Chadwell. Chadwell, the first baseman. Chadwell struck out back in the second. The first pitch to him there is a strike. Chadwell struck out in the second and got aboard on an error by the center fielder back in the 4th inning on a ball that was hit a mile in the air.
Same thing here, just got to get guys on base.
That one popped way in the air, and that one was just as high as the other one. And this will be the shortstop, McMahon, who will come under it and make the play, and there's 2 gone.
You just hold your breath on that one to see who's going to make a play. My goodness.
Another tough one. I mean, you see the way he caught that fly ball and, low and to the right.
Here's Tanner Upton, trying to keep the game alive for Fleming Island. They're down to their final out here in the bottom of the 7th, trailing 3-1. Should the inning be extended, it would be Chris Rielli coming to the plate for Fleming Island. Raposa's pitch downstairs for a ball. Raposa has retired 5 straight, and that one hit the outside corner. It's 1-1. Raposa going to miss away on that one. It's 2-1. Outfield shaded to the left for the left-handed hitting Tanner Upton. Raposa's pitch right down central. It's 2-2. So Fleming Island down to their final strike as Upton tries to put bat on ball. 2-2 pitch in there for a strike, and that's the ball game. Raposa records 6 straight outs to close out the game. and Clay comes away with a 3-1 victory. Final thoughts on this one, boys?
Well, that went pretty much as advertised on that one. Clay did what they needed to do, manufactured the offense against a really good pitching squad over here at Fleming Island. The Golden Eagles don't have anything to hang their head about. They did get into a buzzsaw of pitching themselves, just didn't have things go their way tonight.
Yeah, great ball game. Great pitching matchup, and both these teams are going to have great, successful playoff runs. Real quick, just want to say, thanks so much once again to Florida Sports Broadcasting for everything they do for the student-athlete experience here in Clay County. Our partnership this school year has been absolutely fantastic, and we look forward to the future with you guys. You guys do great work, and it's all for our students.
Thank you, John. We love our partnership with the athletic department at Clay as well. So, and we appreciate you being on the broadcast tonight. Always good to have your knowledge and wisdom on baseball.
Well, no doubt, and it's one of those things, going into my role as the county athletic director, getting away from the kids and getting away from the game, this is one way that I get to be back. So I appreciate you guys having me.
Absolutely. It makes my job easy. I have to say less.
That's going to do it. Big thanks to Tony Salazar on the camera tonight. Great job out in center field. Janet Morales on the scoreboard for John Sgromolo. BP, I'm Ray Canevari. Once again, the final score, Clay 3, Fleming Island 1. You've been watching high school baseball on Florida Sports Broadcasting. Good night, everyone.